Good morning, Roller Derby world. Welcome to Euroclash 2026. We are here for one weekend, the final weekend, where all the points are accumulated and we get our final 12. I'm going to take you over to our live stream commentators, Rainbow and Loud and Queer, and we'll be back here lots of times through half times and after the games for interviews and chats generally. So see you soon.
Good morning, Roller Derby Internet, and welcome from the Walker Dome, the spiritual home of Roller Derby in the UK, where we are very, very pleased to be bringing you Euroclash 2026, and we are fizzing with excitement, and we are also freezing cold. It is Baltic in the Dome this morning, but we're going to get really warmed up with this first game. We have got Tiger Bay Brawlers up against Bear City Roller Derby. We have a couple of minutes to derby, so we are going to take you through the rosters first. Painbow, do you want to talk us through Bear City?
Yeah, so Bear City today we have got 1111 Maya Mangalyu, 114 Freddie Mercury, 1337 Freudian Slit, 181 is Katyusha, 1858 Minnesota Nasty, 21 Bambickle, 24 is Escalade, 25 Near Missile, 28 Zoe Sawitsky, 3 is the Razor, 313 Misgender, 379 Ruthless, 53 Rookie Horror, 66 is Glitter, and 72 is Tabs.
And skating in, I believe, orange today. We have Tiger Bay Brawlers, 101 Nuka, 108 Crash Landers, 15 Dos Santos, 18 Charismatic, 22 Rogue Runner, 31 Plant, 40 Kid, 59 Wild, 6 Evans, 62 Pip Gray, 727 Geordie, 80 Thorn, 81 Angie, 88 Kemp, and 999 Angel. I'm excited.
I'm so excited for this. So just if you haven't seen on social media, the schedule was changed late last night. So if you're tuning in expecting this to be Tiger Bay Lom, that game is now going to be at 1:30 p.m. today. So game 3.
Yeah, Lom's plane was cancelled, so it was a bit of an 11th hour shuffle. So thank you very much to the teams for being so accommodating as well. And this game, Tiger Bay come in, they're currently ranked 8th.
Yes.
And Bear City currently ranked 14th. So quite a gap. And this is obviously super tense going into the rankings cutoff in advance of regional playoffs. The rankings cutoff is this coming Wednesday.
Yes, 1st of April. The top 12 teams on that day will be invited to regional playoffs in Namur in Belgium in June. So both of these teams were not expecting to see changes from, I suspect.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Tiger Bay's priority is going to be to keep that number 8 ranking spot. Bear City looking to claw their way up a couple of rankings places. We have got jammers and blockers lined up on track, so hopefully we will get a camera on there soon, because goodness knows you didn't come here to look at our faces. There we go. 379 on the line for Bear City. That is Ruthless, and I think that is Plant.
3-1 is Plant, and that's a very quick lead for Bear City in this game. Coming round straight down that inside line, coming round now, looking to score points. Plant still working on the initial pass there. That very strong wall from Bear City. We have had a star pass to 6 from Tiger Bay. That is Evans.
And do you know what? I can tell that I'm not warmed up physically or mentally yet, because that was so fast I didn't even see how Ruthless made it out that pack. So we have the idiom of pancake jam for skaters sometimes, but it's clearly a pancake jam for me as an announcer, because my eyes are not switched on. But that is 3 points up, I believe. We've not got the score overlay just yet, so we will try to keep you updated with the score. 727 on the line for Tiger Bay. That's Geordie. Lovely little run down the inside there, but doesn't quite make it out. I don't know, she has made it.
Has been assigned lead jammer, but reabsorbed back into the pack.
Yeah, there was a no pass, no point called, I think, or no pass called, because there's no points there. Now Geordie goes round the outside. First lead of the game for Tiger Bay Brawlers.
And a star pass there has gone to number 25. That's Mere Missile for Bear. So we're almost seeing a repeat in reverse of the first jam.
Yeah, however, I think that will be the full 4 up for Tiger Bay. So the first lead change of the game. Fast and Furious jams out for these first couple of jams. You know, I've I think a lot of the derby I've watched recently, it's been much more of that kind of slow grind out in those first jams, just testing each other out. But neither, the teams have woken up and very much had their porridge.
Yes.
I know Kid had her porridge because she was sad about it on Instagram because she had to eat it so early. Who is that? We've got another lead for Lom.
That is 3-1-3 misgender for Bear City, picking up lead, but hotly followed
behind her. So there'll be a few points, picks up there, 2 points for Bear City. None for Tiger Bay on that go around. I really want to watch now these jam starts because something is clearly happening there to enable these really, really quick leads.
Yeah, the first 2 jams we saw jammers straight up the inside line. That one was more around the outside. So I think we've got, looks like Tiger Bay there setting up, trying to hold that inside line. Bear City with good offense, I guess, on the offense.
Well, see, Bear City there were lined up a bit more in front, and that meant that they could shield and prevent the defense coming back up. So they have another lead status.
That's Freudian slip with the star for Bear now on a scoring pass, and Angie for Tiger Bay.
Yeah, takes off gets out of the pack, takes off the star, but no time to even hit the pack again. And it's interesting to see both teams really fighting for that jam line. It's clearly where they want to have the dominance. We've got Bear City lined up in a kind of flat 4 almost, and now Tiger Bay flipping to the front, so a reverse of the last jam.
So we've got a repeat of Jam 1 here with Ruthless and Plant on the jam line. Let's see who comes out victorious on this one. So Plant at the back there, Ruthless working on that Tiger Bay wall at the front. Plant does find space on the inside, so picks up lead for Tiger Bay.
Yeah, and just as with the last jam, part of the reason that was able to happen was because Tiger Bay had that setup at the front and were able to shield. We now have a power jam in favour of Tiger Bay. So this could be the first kind of can opening jam of the game where we really get a bit more of a stretched lead. Plant sliding past Lom there, making it look incredibly easy.
So first penalties in this game as well. We'd seen a very clean game up until this point, but a blocker penalty for Tiger Bay, a blocker penalty for Bear, as well as a jammer penalty.
And a little bit of discombobulation on track, now kind of trying to get back together. Tiger Bay still sending up that offensive player at the front to cause disruption. I think that's Nuka. And with Ruthless out of the box, comes through, completes that initial really, really fast. And that is a big jam for Tiger Bay. I think if my maths was correct, that's at least 12 points. But when has my maths ever been correct? Very rarely.
There we are.
Points.
We've got a score overlay now. No, that's not the correct score overlay.
That's the score overlay from last time we were in the Dome for MRDA champs. I was like, I don't think Optimus Grime is in the building with us. I'm pretty sure he's in Germany this weekend, actually.
120 points in 4 or 5 jams seems a lot as well to me. Okay, so we have got another lead for Bear, but hotly pursued by, that is 727's Geordie for Tiger Bay.
And Pack really, really speeding up as we head back into turns 3 and 4. My goodness me, this is a bit of a
You did say it was cold in here, so
it is. I am regretting only having one jumper on. So let's see if we've got Shanks. Can you update us the score? I think we can see that it was 22-7 at the end of that previous jam. I think it's now going up. We're really sorry. We are trying to sort the score overlay for you. Doesn't it just make it more exciting if you don't know for sure what the score is? I think we should do this more often.
So it is still, there was no points for either team in that jam.
Great work there from Rogue Runner. Just a real lateral juke back in. She does like to juke.
Is this the first time we've seen Rogue with the star in this jam?
Yeah. It is. And the thing is with Rogue, I mean, anyone who's watched roller derby for any number of years knows that Rogue is the kind of the dynamic shift. Like they'll put her out there, not necessarily on like that high rotation. They will put her out there where they just need something to happen. And Tiger Bay have got a really experienced bench crew who know the team very well. And so that I think if Tiger Bay are going to hang on to that number 8 spot, which isn't certain with how this game started, they are going to need to deploy the right people at the right time.
Absolutely. So we've got Angie and Freudian slip on the jam line for these teams. So it is Angie up at the front, but being shown the outside, taken off to the outside, forced to reset back here, but exploiting that and getting straight through the middle of those 2 blockers now. Tiger Bay with the pack advantage. Pivot for Bear City is in the box.
Yeah, Angie was able to get through there because she just went through her own wall when she came back in, and they obviously let her through.
Distraction tactics. Love
Listen,
it.
I do think one of the factors of playing high-level roller derbies, you've really got to not block your own team, and I say that because there's a much less high-level roller derby player. I absolutely have completely inadvertently and with the best will in the world blocked my own team at points. But Tiger Bay were like, nope, we know that's Angie, off she goes. We now are at 25-7. Bear City has not scored any points in the last 4 jams, so that's quite spicy.
And this will be good for Tiger Bay because those first few jams will have been a bit rattling, I think.
I don't think so. I think Tiger Bay know the score, and they know that it sometimes takes a while to settle. But at this stage, we've got a really nice defensive structure there for Tiger Bay. Lovely little 2-wall there. I think that was from Nuka and Evans.
So we've got Plant up against Ruthless again. Plant out with lead for Tiger Bay. 2 blockers to be at the front and does so to pick up that first 4-point scoring trip. Ruthless still in the pack there, just battling number 15 at the front, which is, of course, it's Dos Santos.
Of course it's Dos Santos. When is it ever not Dos Santos?
At the front, one of my longest standing blocker crushes, Dos Santos. So another 2 points on the second scoring trip there for Tiger Bay. No points for Bear in that jam.
I'm really struck by the speed of this game, right? I know I said that at the start. I think it's just because a lot of the derby I've watched recently seems to have been tending back towards this kind of grindier, slow. If you look at kind of particularly like Swedish roller derby, they're so good with that grind, but evidently here in Newcastle on this fine Saturday morning, speed is very much the name of the game. And speaking of which, there goes Geordie for lead for Tiger Bay.
Yeah, and we have had ourselves a star pass. That looks like Mia Missile again, so second star pass going to Mia in this game. Really hot off the mark with those star passes, Bear. It's going to be really important.
Yeah.
Shut those big scoring jams down.
And those of you who have followed derby for a while will recognise that name, Mia Missile, because of course she used to be a main rotation jammer for Bear City, and like really quite an exceptional one. So
played for Germany at the 2018 World Cup.
She did
as
indeed.
Well.
Announced at the 2020.
So what, the last one? 25?
25 World Cup. We were there. I remember it. I was like, was it this year? No, it's only March.
Numbers, months, who knows? So that is
1-0. I think that's Crash Landers for Tiger Bay, and that's 3. That's Miss Gender again, I think, for Bear City, who is up at the front. Lovely 2-wall there from Dos Santos and Evans, joined now.
That's Nuka.
Yeah, by Nuka.
So a bit of chaos here. No one out for lead yet. And as I say that, announcer's curse, Miss Gendered is out for lead. Is it still announcer's curse if it's a good thing?
Yes. Just assume it's always a curse with us. Nice little last minute hit there on Crash Landers, who now has, luckily, her team in attendance. But Miss Gendered flying into this Tiger Bay Brawlers wall, which is a brave thing to do.
Yeah, lovely little bit of offence there on the inside. Miss Gendered calls off the jam with a little look at the bench. I did wonder if Bear were going to run that jam long because they have got 2 blockers in the box, but still early stages in the game.
Well, I was also wondering because Crash is a great jammer, but she's a less experienced jammer than some of the others. She's kind of been climbing the ranks of Tiger Bay and is doing superbly well. But if Bear City have done their homework, they know that she's not as old a hat in the Tiger Bay roster as somebody like Geordie, for example.
So we have got Angie up against Freudian Slit in this jam. Big recycle back, almost back to turn 3 on Freudian Slit. Big, long, elongated pack there. So that is Tiger Bay out with lead now. Angie coming round looking for some points.
Yeah, nice to see Angie on track for Tiger Bay because, of course, the last few years she's been playing a lot with Madrid roller derby and Tiger Bay, her original home. So nice to see her back in the black and orange.
Lovely little 2-all from Kidd and Pip Gray there. Still holding the jammer back. Meanwhile, Angie looking for points. Oh, manages to shrug off 2 big hits there on the inside line to come round, pick up that 4-point scoring trip.
Do you know what? I think one of the things that's making the difference at the moment is that Tiger Bay is really good at these 2-walls, and Lom are great in a full structure. Not Lom, I'm so sorry. I've not had any caffeine yet this morning. In my defence, Bear City, apologies to Lom, it's because we were talking about them earlier, wasn't it? But the point is that Tiger Bay have these 2-walls that seem to be able to cover the same amount of track as a 4-wall. Bear City a little bit more discombobulated when they are short in the pack. So if they can adjust that a little bit, then I think we might see how things are going. Let's have a score update. We're at 44-10 in favour of Tiger Bay.
But Bear with lead in this jam now, so that's Ruthless coming round now, looking for a scoring pass. And Plant, I think that is...
Yeah, Plant's now out on the initial. And do you know what, oh yeah, so now Bear City are playing Tiger Bay at their own game because they call that jam with no further points. They'll take those 4, but won't let Tiger Bay put a score up.
So 44 points plays 14, 30-point differential. We've got about halfway through the first period of this game.
That is that Maya Mangalyu out for jamming?
It is Maya Mangalyu out jamming up against Geordie. So both jammers slightly slower pack this time round. Geordie with a 3-wall at the front. Big recycle back on Maya Mangalyu.
Yeah, and I think that was Pip Gray, the queen of the recycle. Geordie out for lead now. And another star pass to me. Just give her the star at this point. Just give her the star.
Great, again, really quick off the mark. Mere missile, really well placed. So Geordie through, and was that call off in time to stop Bear City picking up points at the end of that jam. Long, strung out pack there. I think that might be one where I think our jam ref's just having a conversation there with the OPRs just to double check that we're getting these points right. So yeah, one point.
My favourite thing, right, is at the end of the jam, when the jam's called, when the jammers look over at their jam ref and they try to negotiate the number of points and they hold up 4 fingers kind of hopefully, and the jam ref looks at them, shakes their head and holds up 3 and they go, well, we tried. It's like, haggling in a marketplace. It's got to be done.
So we've got Misgendered up against Crashlanders again, 1-0. Yep, so Crashlanders with lead for Tiger Bay. Misgendered still stuck on that Tiger Bay wall at the back with star in hand.
And another star pass. Tiger Bay don't even answer to these star passes at the moment, and I think that is going to be something they will want to have a look at, because that's got to be 5 star passes that Bear City have got off with relatively little friction.
Yeah, so that one went to Bambickle that time. But yeah, they're really slick with those star passes. Really quick to get the star off, really quick, pivots really well positioned.
Do you know, it's they might have been watching French roller derby, because let's be honest, the French pivots are just as dangerous as their jammers, and they use those to great effect in their kind of various games, both at the World Cup and in their national championships.
So Freudian Slit up against Angie this time. Freudian Slit up at the front, picking up lead for Bear City. Angie stuck at the back there, but Tiger Bay very quick to break up those walls and free their jammers.
Yeah, nice bit of quick offense coming in for Freudian Slit at the back of that pack there, but comes up against
That was charismatic with the takeoff to the inside line, and then...
Yeah, charismatic holds those lines so well.
Yeah.
2-1 on the jam. So that's 2 for Tiger Bay, 1 for Bear City in that last jam. And look at this, I'm really enjoying this scrummy jam line starts. We've seen some various shenanigans in Derby the last couple of years, you know, with people playing around at the pivot line and in the belly button, but give me a good old jam line start any day. Incidentally, the jammer line today is sponsored by Clementine Services, who are our sponsor for Euroclash, and we will talk to you more about them when the Derby is not underway.
So that's Plant out and has picked up lead for Tiger Bay. Ruthless still stuck in the pack. Plant seemingly to get through by, I think, teleportation through the pack.
That is how she does it, yeah, you're correct.
Ruthless almost got through, but I think a foot went over the line, is being safe and recycling. Plant emerging from the front of the pack, airborne, and is reabsorbed by that 2-wall at the front. That's Freddie Mercury, and can't see, 181 is Kaczyska.
Love this 2-wall, absolutely beautiful.
Oh, solid.
Oh, look at that. Somebody gift that clip immediately. Oh, but it looks like we've had a cut track issued. And so it is a power jam for Tiger Bay and Plant. That is a dangerous place for Bear City to find themselves in this second quarter.
Lovely bit of offense down the inside line from Nuka, relatively new addition to Tiger Bay's roster from Cornwall Roller Derby. Plant now again, that 3-wall solid at the front, and Jamman's just as the offense comes in.
So are we gonna have a power start?
It looks like we're gonna get
a power start. So good.
Cheeky power jam start. Oh,
Well,
and we've got ourselves an official review.
Which is perfect, because I did say that I was going to tell you a bit more about Clementine Services, who are our sponsors for Euroclash 2026. So what I'm really pleased about is that Clementine Services are a local business. It's amazing when we have a local business support local roller derby. So Clementine offer fast, reliable repairs by qualified tradespeople at affordable prices, covering the north of England. They believe in showing up, doing it right, and standing by our work. And we're excited to announce that Clementine will soon be launching home cover plans, giving you dependable protection all year round. Make sure you grab your exclusive discount code today. So do go check out Clementine Services. Also, the most wholesome thing in the world greeted us when we arrived at the Dome this morning. Literal crates of clementines that we can pick up and snack on to keep our vitamin C levels high, as well as our excitement levels this weekend. So thank you so much, Clementine Services, for your sponsorship of Euroclash. I think Clementine Services have invited some of their kind of colleagues and workers in to watch the derby later, which I love, because it means we're going to get to show roller derby to new people, which is my fave.
We love that.
Let's show them this sport, which is absolutely mental and which we still don't completely understand.
But we love.
We love it.
We love it.
Sometimes we're not sure why.
So we've got Tiger Bay on 67, Bear on 16 points. So at the moment, we were expecting a 2-to-1 score ratio for Tiger Bay. So the predictor said 101 to 199. So
you're bringing in the maths.
I'm bringing in the maths.
She's bringing in the maths.
You knew it was going to happen.
I was looking forward to it. I was actually waiting for an official review so you could do your maths.
So Tiger Bay exceeding that at the moment after a slightly shaky start, with Bear getting lead in the first jam. I said this was supposed to be a game for this weekend, so slightly...
we love a bit of change.
We love a bit of change. Not so much change for Tiger Bay, because they were expecting to play this morning. It's probably nice for them, so they've got a slightly lower ranked team to play this morning.
I just really want all of LOM to walk in here later wearing dark glasses, because they had a very late night, God bless them.
So Tiger Bay play again at 1:30 this afternoon. Bear City will play at 3:30 against Newcastle. You can find the full schedule on Newcastle Roller Derby socials. So we've got 5 games today, we'll have 4 tomorrow. These teams last played in 2015.
Oh my God. That is before I was involved in roller derby. That makes me feel physically unwell.
Yes, just slightly after me, but not by very much. It's so long ago, it's probably not worth considering, but Bear won that game 233 to 122.
Times have changed though, so let me talk to you about the official review that is currently ongoing. We'll find out the results of it. So Bear City were asking for an insubordination call on Black 5-9, which I believe is Wild, for not leaving the track more promptly. I don't think that that has been given because we can only see one person sitting pretty in the penalty box, and that is still the Bear City jammer. So I think we can assume that official review has not been upheld.
Are you also distracted by the fact that Argo's pointing the camera?
Absolutely.
Right now?
Well, he's got your better side, so like, as in, he's got a better angle on you than on me, and also I've not had any caffeine, and also the lights in the dome. Look, we love the dome; it's my favourite derby venue in the UK, but the lights are not kind. It's very, very bright overhead. It's the very definition of the big light. Okay, that we don't like the big light. We want to play in half light, please.
So we have got Geordie on the jam line, starting on a power jam. Are we also missing a blocker from Bear City?
No. So we're 4 on 4 in the pack. Now we go to the pivot line for this jam start. Geordie picking them off one by one. Oh yeah, great tactics there by Tiger Bay. Just kind of almost slotting in like Jenga pieces there to disrupt the pattern of the pack and let Geordie almost ping off them one by one.
So we have got both jammers back on track now. Ruthless out of the box.
Well, no, we've had a star pass to me, a missile.
Well, I missed that.
Well, I think the thing is, we've talked about it before, these star passes are so slick and so quick that we do not have, our human sight cannot process them in the moment.
Not at 9 o'clock in the morning.
We are mere mortals, okay? We can't see everything. Tiger Bay at 69, nice. Bear City still at 16? Gosh, it feels like it shouldn't be that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like the score is a lot closer. So real credit to Bear City. I was about to say to Tiger Bear. What a great portmanteau for a team. Credit to Bear City for making us feel like this game is a lot closer than the annoying numbers actually tell it to be.
So we have got Crashlanders up against Misgendered. Crashlanders is out, but we have had a star pass. That's gone to Bambickle. So second star pass in the game for Bambickle. Oh, we've got ourselves a power jam.
Oi, oi. And it's now Crashlanders in the penalty box. And that will be now, I believe, that's going to be our first 2-minute jam of the game, isn't it? That, I've got to say, as someone who used to reluctantly play pivot, that is the worst possible situation to find yourself in when you've been given the star and now you're like, oh, I have to keep doing this?
Yeah, I mean, at this level, it's probably not the same as when you or I take the star, but I'm very much on board with that. This is not what I wanted to happen, but...
Snaps to Bambickle, who just managed to shake off Dos Santos and Nuka, which is like my worst nightmare. And is now in scoring position, comes in hot against Nuka. Dos Santos takes them all the way back into the straightaway, and Nuka somehow appears at the back of the pack again.
Yep, and that
is she magic?
Has become a 3-all there with Angel joining them. We've got Crashlanders back on track now, so will have had points in the pocket before that, but completes that scoring trip. So puts 4 up for Tiger Bay. 4 up now, another 4 for Bear City. And
Crashlanders making relatively short work of that pack, but now a nice last minute contestation there.
And we are in the final few seconds of this jam as Crashlanders comes round. Oh no, there's more in the jam. Oh yeah, no, that is the jam. It's really hard to see the scoreboard from here, and I can't tell the difference between the jam clock and the period clock.
That jam felt effortful.
Indeed. Yes.
Like, just watching it, I was like, no thank you. I think because we were here when Bambickle came in on a scoring pass and flew into Nuka, and we could see it right in front of our physical eyes, and we're like, that feels like you need to go to hospital now.
The unstoppable force meeting the immovable object.
Literally physics.
So we've got Maya Mangalyu on the jam line up against Angie, and that is a very quick lead for Angie, but Maya Mangalyu is out maybe 10 foot behind.
Yeah, Angie found the out, Maya found the in. Angie's not going to risk that. Potato jam for all.
Yeah.
Nil point.
Nobody needs to take any risks. Tiger Bay do not need to take chances in this game.
Our wonderful producer Shanks has just informed us that was the last jam, which was a power jam turned 2-minute jam turned star pass, everything happened in it. So Bambickle for Bear City put up their biggest jam, 12 points. So we rush at the pivots, honestly. The pivots are the unsung heroes of the Derby world.
So that is Plant up against number 3 for Bear City, which is the Razor. I think that is their first jam out
You
for
are
Bear
correct.
City.
And Plant, in true Plant style, has lead, is now coming in for a scoring pass. Bear City putting up the full 4 against Plant, but Wild and Angel, who is now going to take a seat for their troubles, throwing in some really nice shielding offense there to get Plant through. Full 4 there on that pass for Plant.
Yep, nil points for Bear City, and we have ourselves Freudian Slit and Geordie on the jam, on the Clementine Services jam line.
I love it when we say nil point because it makes it sound like more sophisticated, like we're European or French, but actually it's obviously...
Well, it's a very European tournament.
Yeah, but also it's funny because it's Eurovision, and in Eurovision the UK historically get nil point. But we are winning this weekend because we get to host this wonderful tournament in the Jewel of the North that is Newcastle and the Walker Dome. I can confirm it is still absolutely freezing in here, but we are warmed. Our cockles are very much warmed by the roller derby happening right now. We have got, who do we have? We've got Geordie.
Geordie and Freudian Slit again, so we had a pack advantage there for Bear City, but it is Tiger Bay who pick up lead again in this jam. Another big recycle back on Freudian Slit.
Pip Gray came in and absolutely annihilated Freudian Slit, drew them all the way back, and now Freudian Slit finds a bit of speed in those wheels.
Oh, with the star stash, big pile up in the middle of the track there as Geordie went, well, I'm out and clear, I'm calling the jam, maybe I'll stop paying attention. And the pivot from Bear, which again was Mia Missile, just appeared at the front to be like...
Well, there was a lovely bit of skittles there because Pip Gray hit Mia Missile, who then went into Geordie, and it was just all chaos everywhere, which is the favourite part about roller derby. How are we doing score-wise, Shanks? 87 to 28. With 6 minutes left in the half. So 87 to Tiger Bay Brawlers, 28 to Bear City. Again, it does not feel like there should be that much of a gap, mainly because we haven't had like massive blowout jams. Even on power jams, I think the biggest jam we've had was, I think we had one 16-point jam. We've only seen Rogue Runner out once, so that's interesting. I wonder if they're keeping her in reserve.
I was going to say Tiger Bay are playing 4 games this weekend, so Miss Jen
Rogue can play 4 games, she's fine.
Tiger Bay up against Plant. Sorry, Tiger Bay up against Plant, Plant up against Miss Jen.
Plant up against herself. And we've had a star pass now to Evans as Miss Gendered is lead for Bear City. Really smart play there from Bear City, picking up the 4 points, calling it off because Evans, of course, Team England player Evans, absolute demon with the star when she takes it as a pivot. Do not nap on Evans.
Looks like our Clementine Services jam line is being occupied by Maya Mangalyu, and I cannot see who that is for.
I think that's
Tiger
Angie.
Bay.
It's a really interesting match at this. We've seen it 2 or 3 times, and they're so different stylistically. Like Angie is like a little whippet. You know, she just finds these gaps, and she's very, very patient. Whereas Maya is this like kind of bulldozer, speed, power. But in this case, the whippet wins. And more to that, Maya Mangalyu is off to the penalty box. So Angie's got a power jam for Tiger Bay. Flies in.
That was a cut track on Maya Mangalyu. We've also got the pivot for Bear City in the box and a blocker for Tiger Bay. So everyone's having a little rest at the end of this half.
And this is Tiger Bay's kind of power jam strategy. They kind of get forward position on the players, and then they will seek to block them off in a corner of the track. Angie calling the jam, so we're going to now have a power start for Tiger Bay. I think Tiger Bay, after those kind of, you know, first few jams where it was very much going back and forth, who's getting lead, who's not, are now going, all right, lads, let's put up a real monster of a jam. Let's hit us into that century before the half ends. And that will ensure they go into the second half with a real confidence.
And additionally to that, Tiger Bay have just taken a team timeout. Bear City have got another blocker in the penalty box. So we've got Mir Missile, the pivot, and Maya Mangu, the jammer, both standing in the box, and we've got a seated blocker. So
I think you've got Tiger Bay blocker in there as well. Is that charismatic? I can't see.
No, I don't think so, but I can't see who it is.
They look delightfully relaxed. They're crossing their legs and just having a little chit chat with the officials.
Or maybe, I think there's some feel how cold my hands are.
Honestly, I think the play. This is where you want to be playing roller derby in the Dome. This is why they're going so fast, because it's so cold. Shall we talk about what else is coming up? Yes, I know you've got your dressing gown. Our amazing tech producer has got his dressing gown on because he lives in the Dome. I swear you don't leave. I swear you just stay here.
That's my bed.
Yeah, your bedroom is just behind you, because every time I'm here, you're here. How's it going with getting the score overlay up? Are we going to have Optimus Grime's score up again from MRDA champs from 2 years ago? Hopefully next game. Cool. So we'll just keep making up the score or getting it off Shanks, our amazing producer.
Okay, as you said, Geordie on the jam line for Tiger Bay, 2 blockers to beat. No pack call comes, and that releases Geordie on the initial. Mir Missile back on track now, shortly to be joined by Maya Mangu.
Mir Missile's going to go straight back to the box for a back block, and she goes, yeah, I know, I did it.
Yeah, it's a fair cop, Gov.
Yeah, bless her heart. We have been reliably informed that the officials cheer crew are watching on the stream. We love the officials. We will give them a shout out shortly. Maya Mangu back on track, completes the initial. I'm not going to use the phrase a hot knife through butter, but I've just put it in your minds. But Geordie goes, no thank you, I will take my points and you can take a seat.
Yeah, beautiful bit of well-timed offence on the inside line from Dos Santos to make that last 4-point score in trip, and nice and straightforward.
We are not far away from half-time, so we just want to remind you that if you are sitting comfortably and you are going, what will I do with my life in half-time? Don't worry, because we will have some brief studio interviews. We are going to be running those all weekend. Some analysis, probably some bad puns if I know our crew. It'll be a good time. Do stick around if you don't want to get off the sofa. And why would you?
Oh, I thought Freudian Slip was going to be out round the outside there, but it is Crash Landers picking up lead for Tiger Bay. Freudian Slip on the floor there, whips the star off, and we nearly had another star pass. The star is now on the floor.
Oh no.
Freudian Slip being recycled almost all the way back to the pivot line. I think has managed to pick that up, but Pip Gray said, would you like to sit down while you put that
Gray's
back
like,
on?
would you like to check the floor is nice and clean?
Big hit there on one of the Tiger Bay blockers. Didn't see who that was, but Crash Landers battling a solid 2-wall up at the front now.
This feels like the slowest the game's been.
It does.
And it's still really fast.
So that was one to beat from Bear for Crash Landers. Did so. It was Minnesota nasty with the last line of defence at the front of the pack. So this might be a nice big jam going into half-time for Tiger Bay.
Yes, nice shielding offence there by Kidd to get Crash Landers round. And yeah, like I said, this game's the pack seems to have really slowed, not to a halt, but certainly to more of this grindy wall work. There goes the star pass.
And that has gone.
No, Mir Missile gets the star pass, but is called on a track cut. Oh, the agonies of Bear City. Will that take us into half-time?
I was just wondering the same thing. There was only 25 seconds left, I think, in that jam, so that would have been a power start. But, I mean, okay, fine, power start with it being a pivot turn jammer, but as you said earlier, it is Mir Missile, so...
Who, incidentally, because we both announced with her at the World Cup, is just one of the nicest humans in roller derby. She's so precious. Protect Mir Missile at all costs.
But that is Angie now on the power start for Tiger Bay. Tiger Bay with a blocker in the box. That wasn't the jam start.
We're just having a look in the chat. We've got some people watching. Wow, we've got someone watching from California. Nice work, my friend. We've got some people watching from Belgium. Hi, Shelock. I knew you were watching.
The score is currently 103-32. Please feel free to use the chat to remind us to update you of that.
Please feel free to chat to remind us of anything, to be perfectly honest. And we've got some people watching from Birmingham who say it's not very far. Why aren't you in Newcastle then? Come on, get on the road.
There's quite a lot of crash test Brummies here this weekend, I should point out.
I mean, crash test Brummies get everywhere. It's
We
like
do.
sand. It's like sand after you've been to the seaside. You find it in your bit for months. So, in half time, we are being reliably informed. There's going to be a few minutes of wrap up. I thought it said warm up.
I read that as warm up as well,
Yes.
and it still clearly says wrap up.
And then we will go to adverts for a bit. Then there will be in the studio. Then other things will happen that I can't read because Sven, I can't read your handwriting. Then we'll be back with us. Great. I'm sure that's what the people want. So you'd like us to wrap up for a few minutes and then go to the studio, Sven? Okay. So the people have to listen to us for more time. Is the stream free this weekend or have they paid?
It's free.
It's free. Okay. Well, in that case, you've not paid to listen to us, so you get what you're given, frankly.
Lots of people saying hi in the chat. Hi Beppa, hi Thembo.
Please feel free to drop in interesting facts about any of the teams. Feel free to drop in your predictions because, as we say, this weekend is the last real go-around before the European rankings come out on April 1st. Who are you gunning for? Who do you want to see get into that top 12? Who do you want to cause the upset? Well, causing an upset right now, it's Angie. Really quick little lead there. Of course, she is on a power jam for Tiger Bay. Lovely times. I actually, in the rare occasions I do jam, I hate doing power jams because I feel there's more pressure. But Angie is just cool as a darned cucumber on a second scoring pass now.
Nice little smile coming round back into the pack, slipping through there. Beautiful work from Tiger Bay, keeping those Bear City blockers apart. We do have Mia Missile on track now. So again, Pip Gray with the big drawback. Is joined by some pals to make a lovely little 3-wall. That was Wild and Dos Santos, I think, with the 3-wall.
And Mia now working away on Nuka, gets past, completes the initial for Bear City. Angie in a little bit of sticky situation there, but not for long. Makes it through, calls it. Oh, I wanted to let Mia score some points, but I know that it's not my opinion that counts.
Yes, that's not necessarily how letting other people score points. Not really, not the one.
So that takes us into half time with a score of 130 to Tiger Bay. Oh no, it does not. We've got an official review, so I think the results of that will come after the half time. But with the score as it currently stands, Tiger Bay Brawlers 130, Bear City at 32. So Tiger Bay outplaying that ratio, that predicted ratio. What do you think? What are your thoughts and feelings and indeed opinions?
I think you were right when you said this doesn't feel like it should be that much of a differential. Bear have been really quick with their star passes.
They've just not been able to capitalise on them. Tiger Bay have been pretty ruthless with those call-offs.
Obviously has potentially thrown them a little bit. They weren't expecting to play till later today. Tiger Bay, I think, quite keen to come out and put that really big stamp on, win those games because of the way that rankings work with game point averages. And
here we go.
I'm not going to explain it.
She's going.
If you go on Euro Derby News, there's a great little explanation of how GPA works there, how the rankings work, because we can't just do it on wins and losses because everyone's played a different number of games. Tiger Bay very aware that coming into this weekend, very unlikely that they would drop ranking places or drop out of the top 12, but mathematically possible. You have to win by quite a big differential. Not just winning a game is not always enough. If it's a close game and it's against a team that are ranked lower than you, Tiger Bay are the highest ranked team in this weekend at 8th.
Yeah, and the thing is that they really want to stay at that 8th spot because when you go into regional playoffs, who you play, first of all, if you're a lower seed, you will play a comparatively higher seed. So actually, the real scrummy games in playoffs are that middle of the pack. It's where it comes out at something like 5th v 6 or 6th v 7th, whatever it is, and that's the really tight game. So Tiger Bay I think 8 is quite a comfortable position. Whereas if you went in at 10th or even 9th, you're going to be playing comparatively something like the 5th seed. Yeah. And that is squeaky butt time. That's all I know. So
And while
you
it's
know significantly more.
mathematically, it's unlikely for them to drop out. It's mathematically very possible and bordering on likely that they could drop to 9th or 10th this weekend.
So just bringing you the results of that official review, Tiger Bay Brawlers were looking for a blocking out of play on Mia Missile. Leave Mia alone. She is precious. But they were denied. So no official reviews won this half, but they do get an official review opportunity again the second half, should they so wish. I have really enjoyed that first half. I've enjoyed the speeds. I think Tiger Bay have got a lot of those really quick jammers like Geordie and Angie, who just manage to do things on skates which should be illegal, frankly. I think Bear City have got a very diverse jammer roster, like really stylistically different, but it's Tiger Bay's work in the pack that I think for me is making the difference. It's where they set up on the jammer line, and it's that shielding, kind of picking off offense that they do really well. They're not doing, unless you're Pip Gray, like you're not doing like massive hits, and like full respect to Pip Gray, love their massive hits. But the point is that it's just spatial offense, if I can put it like that, and it's working really, really well. So I'm excited for the second half. As previously said, we are going to go to the studio shortly, but currently no one's in the studio, so we've got to keep talking.
I think the T-Wolves.
Don't look at me like that. I'm getting a look as if like, oh my God, you're going to keep talking. Unprecedented. Who stood out for you, Painbow, in that half?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, obviously Mia with the amount of star passes taken. Oh God, I hate that question. You've put me on the spot.
Well, tell
They're
you
all
what,
really good.
Sven's now telling us that they are ready to go to studio, so we'll think about it. And yeah, we're going to have ads, then we're going to go to studio. So we'll wrap up now, and we'll bring you a reflection on that after half time.
I'm back.
Hello
again.
They thought they got rid of me.
Did you watch game one?
Well, I was literally announcing it.
Perfect. So what did you see? What did you see? What did you think?
Well, Painbow and I were talking about. I talked a lot about how I thought the pace of the game was really fast.
Yes.
So I don't know if you thought that and if you
Agreed.
felt that made a difference.
Well, it seemed to go in kind of the first couple of jams. I don't know about you, but it felt so fast and so like hit it and quit it, hit it and quit it, and the pace was so quick. And I was like, they cannot maintain this for the whole half.
I think they can.
But they did. They did. There was very few 2-minute jams, right? It was a very fast turnover right the way through.
And I feel like Tiger Bay were able to let their jammers mostly go to work. And cut through with a lot of speed and a lot of agility.
Absolutely.
And I feel like Bear City were less able to cope with those real changes of speed.
Yes.
What Bear City did very well, though, equally, is that they were able to let certain jammers, like Maya Mangalu, for example, she really stood out to me. They were able to let her go to work, and they were able to play more with the shape of the pack at the front and kind of conserve things.
Yeah.
But Tiger Bay absolutely unforgiving with their hits. Like I mentioned, Pip Gray a couple of times.
Dos Santos.
Nuka. It's always Dos Santos,
Always,
isn't it?
always.
We love her.
Always.
We love that. But no, like Nuka really stood out for me.
Yeah.
There was a bit where Nuka was at the top of the pack and then again at the back. And I was like, does she have a twin on track? Because there's no way that could have happened.
Yeah.
But we've also talked about the fact that Tiger Bay have come in ranked 8th.
Yep.
Bear City have come in ranked 14th. So there is that statistical likelihood.
So there's a bit of expectation, isn't there? When you
I
come
think
in
so.
as the highest seed, the expectations you come in and dominate. It's not. I haven't felt like the game's felt like that though. They've dominated, but Bear City have been right there.
Well,
every
also
time.
we noticed that they only put Roadrunner out for one jam.
Very true. Yes.
And I think that's because if I'm being honest, they don't need to put her out at the moment. Rogue is, for me, has always been that game changer, the dynamics changer, the one that you put out there where you need something to shift.
Yeah.
And they're 100 points ahead. I don't think they need her. Look, Rogue has got a lot of gas in the tank. They could play her for every game this weekend and she would probably still go and do like some ridiculous workout afterwards. It's like Plant. Plant will go run a 10. Plant will go run a 10K before a game. Like, I don't think she's done that this morning, but she's done it in the past.
Wow.
But I think I'll be interested to see how Bear City shift maybe some of the jammer matchups in the second half. If they've been smart, if they're smart about that, it could be important.
I think so. I think it's interesting as well to have a look at the penalties that have accrued in this first half. I'd be interested to see
Few jammer penalties.
Yeah, a few jammers, but a lot of blocker penalties, especially from Bear City. So let's see how they adjust their gameplay for this. Yeah. Whether they bring more players out on a higher rotation second half. But really, it's for Bear City to claw that differential back now.
To claw it back. Nice.
See what I did there.
Right, and we're going to finish. We will see you back on the stream very shortly. Thank you.
See you later.
in the world, which is currently the Walker Dome in Newcastle, and I've gone and put an extra jumper on. I've made the biggest mistake a southerner can make when coming to Newcastle in that I did not bring my big coat.
Oh, yes.
I'm a fool.
Yes.
I may not be here tomorrow because I may have, in fact, have passed away.
You've been here before as well, whereas I haven't.
Right.
So when Sven said the temperature would
Is
be
this your
perfect,
first time in the
this is my
Dome?
first time
Oh my
in the
God,
Dome.
welcome. The Dome is literally one of my favourite places in, like, for roller derby. I think it's my favourite place that I've ever announced in, been to a tournament in. Newcastle roller derby takes such good care of all the volunteers and officials here. But it's a great place. But I have forgotten how absolutely Baltic it is. But things that are not cold, things that are hot, Tiger Bay. See how I really smoothly
went
just
in.
Really smooth as a duck, honestly. I can't believe they keep letting me do this with my amazing descriptive observational skills. Well, Tiger Bay have done very well in this first half, scoring 130 points to Bear City's 32. I was speaking with Clearly Psycho in the studio, and I was saying I'll be interested to see if Bear City change and if their jammer matchups.
And on that note, because we've got Misgendered out to jam first for Bear in this half, and we've got Rogue Runner for Tiger Bay.
And you know what I was saying? We've only seen Rogue once, and I don't think they're going to use her again because they, but here I love being wrong because it happens a lot. And Rogue is out, but yeah, as we say, not lead.
So must have been a no-earned pass somewhere. I did not see that. Misgendered now still battling in the pack, star in hand.
Yes.
Thought Rogue was going to get a nice quick 4 points there, but did take a tumble to the inside.
So that's a 2-minute jam now, isn't it? A 2-minute jam against Rogue Runner? Well, that sucks.
So that is Bambickle again with the star pass. So a couple of star passes to Bambickle. We were saying in the first half, Bear City really quick off the mark with these star passes.
Rogue is being very conservative for Rogue, really careful. I mean, I'm not saying she's not careful, but like just really taking her time to pick through that pack, not racing around the track as she is wont to do.
Yeah, Rogue, just one of the fastest jammers you'll ever see, I think.
Well, you don't see her, she's just a blur.
Name very, very well chosen. And that is Bambickle meeting Charismatic.
Yeah, that is a wall of dreams / doom, depending on what side you're on. Thorn, Charismatic and Kid. No, thank you. I will not pass go and I will not collect £200. I will take myself off the board. Bambickle is incidentally currently tying a shoelace, so we only have one active jammer on track because you can't be jamming if your shoelaces be flying.
And Rogue still having, despite Tiger Bay being able to drop some offense, Rogue still struggling to get through in the pack there, but as I say, that Charismatic with the offense still helping Rogue get through to put another 4 points on the board for Tiger Bay. That is the jam ending, has reached its natural conclusion.
That didn't feel like 2 minutes.
No, it didn't, did it? I bet it did if you were on track. I bet Bambickle felt like that was a 2-minute jam.
2-minute jams when you're on track as a pivot turn jammer feel like the longest day of your life. It feels like a work day where you end up eating your lunch at 10 a.m. and then lunchtime happens and you're like, well, I have no lunch.
So we're 142 to 36. Tiger Bay putting up 12 points in that last jam. We've got Maya Manguyu up against Geordie.
Nice scrummy little pack off the jam line. Oh, and a pirouette turn from Geordie to pick up lead. And she's got that smile that if you've watched Tiger Bay play, you will know and love. She's the world's smiliest jammer. She just loves being out there. Maya Manguyu working around Dos Santos, Nuka and Wild, having a bad time. I mean, why wouldn't you against those lots?
Geordie being recycled back again. Both these jammers struggling in the pack. Bear were obviously eating their porridge at half time. Some solid defensive work from them.
I was going to say Lom seemed to be a little bit more together this half, not necessarily set in a wall, but within each other's kind of spheres of touch, if I can put it that way. They're just a lot closer together on track. Geordie makes reasonably quick work, though, manages to put up another 4. And, of course, Mere Missile has got the star.
So, yeah, there was a star pass to Mere Missile, who did get reabsorbed temporarily back into the pack, but did manage to make it out and force Tiger Bay to pull that jam off. That looks like that was 8 points, I think, up in that jam for Tiger Bay. So we've got 150 plays, 36. So Tiger Bay still exceeding at the moment that predicted score ratio of 2-1. So very good work for them in this first game of the weekend. Obviously, Tiger Bay playing 4 games this weekend. Crash Landers on the Clementine Services jam line up against, I think that's Ruthless, 379. Bear, who is out with lead, makes it past that last blocker. So coming round now, looking for the scoring pass. Crashlands is still working away against that 2/3 wall at the back of the pack. We've got a bit of a scrum there in turn 1 around the pivot line. Pack hasn't made it past the pivot line in this jam.
Yes, this is the kind of derby I like. I promise you I didn't pay them to do this, but I just love a scrumbly, slow pack more than the speed, mainly because I'm the world's slowest person on skates. Oh, and we've had a star pass to Charismatic. Yes,
so the first star pass for Tiger Bay in this game?
Second, Evans took one.
You are right, yes.
Yeah.
So first star pass in this half, second one, you are correct.
Nice work there by Bear City, though. Like, that will be a big boost for them, even if they're going back to their bench with, like, very stern, neutral faces. Show no joy until we have won.
And it was Tiger Bay in that jam that were a little bit more split up as the jammer came round for the scoring pass. So we have got Angie and Freudian Slit on our Clementine Services jam line, but we are going to have I think that's an official timeout. I think we're just getting some track repair done on the inside there. Oh, so we've a comment in the chat. In Derby, you're not allowed to use an animal in your team name unless one of your players has defeated that animal in unarmed combat. So we're going to have to go and find out which one of Tiger Bay has defeated a tiger. It could be any of them.
Or which and who from Bear City has defeated a bear.
Yeah.
Right, let's take bets.
Person?
Right, I think it's Pip Gray.
Yeah,
straight up fact. I think Pip could take a tiger on and win.
Unless it like beating them by outrunning them, in which case my money's on Rogue.
But I think Pip would stare a tiger down. I think in Bear, I don't know. I think Maya Mangle could take a bear. She's so strong. She's so powerful. She's so fearless.
That was a big drawback there by Wild, I think that was, from Tiger Bay. And again, this 2-wall that we said in the first half, really strong 2-walls from Tiger Bay. Oh, I thought I've got through, but there's Dos Santos coming to ruin your time.
Coming to ruin your life in the best possible way. It's a privilege to be beaten by Dos Santos.
Those shoulders do not lie.
Lovely 2-wall work from Tiger Bay at the front. Just really interesting 2-wall setup. Look, it's almost like a zonal 2-wall.
Yeah, it's like two 1-walls. Oh, right at the last minute there.
Oh, Dos Santos, marry me, honestly.
I think that was somebody got a low block, and somebody's being recycled all the way. So
is that Kemp who's got a no block? No, it's not Kemp. It's Angel, I think.
So it must have been the other blocker.
Yeah, it's Angel
at the front. So Bear do have lead, but that very last minute takedown on the outside from Dos Santos, beautifully avoided there. So now we'll come round for the scoring
and
pass.
Tiger Bay have 2 in the box. Angie's struggling a little bit here. Some nice work there from Bear City, just keeping really calm, but does now get through on the initial. If I was Freudian Slit, I would be calling this jam now. Ice at least 1 blocker in the box, but I'm not her. I'm just making a comment that's pointless. Unprecedented from me, I know.
I wonder if Bear are looking at this as a really good opportunity to put some points on the board. Of course, if you call the jam, you've then got to do the initial pass again with no points. So actually being down, maybe capitalising on this opportunity to get some fairly uncontested scoring passes.
Well, you say uncontested. Angie's got at least 4 on the pass, but Freudian Slit picks up 2 on that last go around. And we've got a nice, there we go. Oh, excellent. That's the kind of maths I can do. That's a 100-point differential. And I think that's Bear City's second biggest jam of the game. We had 12 points from Bambickle as a pivot turn jammer in the first half. Now we've got Miss Gender lining up against someone I can't see.
Rogue Runner
Oh.
again. So repeat of Jam 1 of this period. Tiger Bay with a slight pack disadvantage. There is a blocker in the box.
No worries for Rogue. No bother. Oh, now she puts the burners on. Here we go. Wind in the hair. And we've had a star pass. Is that to Bambickle again?
Yes, it
That
does look like Bambickle. So Bambickle clearly competing with Mia Missile there for most star passes taken by Bear in this game.
I'm really interested as to why Tiger Bay can't or isn't shutting those star passes down. I think because Tiger Bay must be wise to them by now. Is it that they don't see them as a particular threat and therefore they're not going to worry about shutting them down? Or is it that they are being done in such a way and so skillfully that they can't? Maybe it's a mixture of both.
I think the ones that I've seen, the pivots have just been so well positioned to take the star. The pack's been quite compact. So
Oh, Geordie, that is outrageously good footwork on the outside. Picks up lead by staying in bounds with a little toe stop pop.
And my Manguyu there was a little bit of being split up from Tiger Bay, but they have got back together. So solid 3-wall at the back, causing quite a lot of trouble for Maya Manguyu.
Some great waterfalling from Bear City at the front, though. They've trapped Georgie in a little bit of a net. Maya Manguyu finds a line on the outside.
And Jam called off there by Tiger Bay, putting another 4 points. So good awareness, I think, realising that they'd picked up all 4 points in that scoring trip. Didn't need to kind of keep working on it. Star was out for Bear.
Yeah.
Call the Jam, take no risks.
Job done.
So Crash Landers and Ruthless on our Clementine Services Jam line going into this Jam. We have got an empty penalty box.
We also have a relatively empty crowd at the moment, but don't worry, because if I know anything about the Dome and Newcastle Roller Derby, this will fill up later, especially when Newcastle have a game. They will take the roof off here. But it's quite nice to have a little bit of a quieter crowd this time in the morning so we can hear ourselves think. Crash Landers picks up lead in between turns 1 and 2 for Tiger Bay. Ruthless behind Pip Gray, and that's Thorn, isn't it? There we go. Taken now to the infield, drawn back by Kid.
And for a minute there, I thought Tiger Bay were going to be quite slow to get back together, but they did manage it.
Really stretched pack now in between the pivot line and turn 1.
Crashlanders trying both sides of the track there, just trying to get that wall moving, but it's so solid, so nailed in place.
And they've put the full 4 on her there, which I think this is the most grinding defence we've seen from Bear City, where they're only managing it because they've got 4 there. Crashlanders now working a way around, does find 4 points coming out of that pack.
And there goes Tiger Bay with the surrounding that pivot. So they have been listening to you, and they are looking now to shut that down.
And what makes it worse is that we've now had a high block called on Ruthless, who is sitting in the penalty box. Star on head. Kid accompanying them, so we will have a slightly light pack as we go into this Jam, which will be, of course, our Jam. For Tiger Bay at the Clementine Services Jam line, we have Angie. I think if Angie is one of the few people who can almost match Rogue for speed, to be honest. Like, she's so quick in her movements, and here we go, she's barely out for 3 seconds before she picks up lead.
Tiger Bay, they're just trying to stop Bear from being able to set up that wall as Angie comes around for the first scoring trip, but it's a little bit of chaos there, almost kind of like actually a 7-person pack for Angie to try and get through. Nice bit of toe stop work on the outside line, taken to the out there.
Yeah, she's kind of ping-ponging off all these individual players who slow her down momentarily. She's not slicing through, is she? But 4 points picked up nonetheless.
Big drawback on Ruthless at the back now, has that 3-wall again of Nuka. Oh, Nuka Kid and Dos Santos in a wall is not something you'd want to meet on a dark night or a brightly lit roller derby track.
Yeah, it's just at any time, unless they're in the pub, in which case they're good vibes. Lovely 2-all here by Bear City at the front, but unfortunately taken to the limit of the pack. So Angie picks up another 4. Penalty box becoming a revolving door this jam. We've got 2 in there at the moment. We've got Wild, now Just Ecstasy and Nuka, and we've got somebody else in there whose number I can't quite see.
There's almost a little fakey star pass there, but Ruthless is out star in hand. And Angie sees the danger and calls off the jam, picked up all 4 points in that scoring trip, as indicated by the lovely glitterers here, the jammer ref for that. We haven't shouted out who our officials are today yet, so if we get a timeout, we should do that and tell you who are.
Shanks has also just let me know that Tiger Bay's Wild is in a little bit of danger penalty-wise on 6 penalties, and Wild is a real brick in the wall, so would be bad times for Tiger Bay if they were forced to sit out the rest of the game. So we'll see what adaptations are made there. Misgendered up against Rogue Runner. Second time we've seen this matchup this half, I think. And Rogue absolutely flying at the front. Comes up against Bambickle, but picks up lead.
And actually looking at this jammer matchup, you asked me at half-time who a standout player was, and after I'd had a chance to think about it, I think Misgendered probably had the highest lead percentage for Bear City in the first half, as unconfirmed, but going on my vibes.
I feel like there was much of a muchness in terms of the jammer lineup for Bear City, but you may well be right. We've had a star pass to Bambickle, but no time to capitalise on that. Rogue picking up an additional 2 points in that last pass.
So we've got 187 plays, 54 in this game. I can't.
Tiger Bay did not come to mess around this weekend, did they? They were not content with that predicted ratio. They were very much going for it's 9:30 a.m. and we are going to go home with a stonking victory. Who are Tiger playing later today?
They are playing Lom, which should have been game 1, but the timings have changed for that, so that will be game 3 today. So it should have been Tiger Bay Lom game 1, Tiger Bay Bear game 4. Everything's changed a little bit, but that does also give us Lom Gothenburg as the last game of today, which is 12 current teams ranked currently 12th and 13th playing each other.
That's going to be the spicy game of the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Like that in terms of rankings, that is the game you want to watch.
100%.
I mean, we assume that everyone listening is going to be sitting watching all the games this weekend, because what else would you be doing with your time?
But if you're going to choose one to miss, we do strongly suggest it's not that one.
Yeah.
So Crashlanders calling off that jam, Bear City not completing the initial pass, as indicated by Homo You Didn't. A little goose.
Little goose hand.
Oh, so we've got Maya Mangle You in the penalty box.
Oh no!
So this is going to be another power jam start for Geordie.
I think this is the 3rd power start that Tiger Bay have had, possibly 4th, but I wouldn't put money on it.
And quite a few of them have been Geordie, I think. At least 2 of them have been
We've
Geordie
had
on a power start.
Definitely at least one for Angie. Nice little lateral work there by Geordie, trying it out and then going to the in.
Maya Mangle, you opting to take the long way round and build up some speed into the back of the pack, maybe trying to kind of just lull Tiger Bay into a false sense of security, and does get past
really well. Yeah, like really great tactics. Battling up against Pip Gray at the front there, but I think when you're someone who thrives off like that bulldozer power that Maya does, taking that run up's quite smart.
Yes,
Shame
definitely.
she didn't get time to put points up, because that was a great coming out of the box energy that she had there.
But really quick to shut that jam down from Tiger Bay.
You know, when the Killers wrote, I'm coming out of my cage and feeling just fine, they really meant I'm coming out of the jammer box and out of the penalty box, and I'm going to take a full lap. That's really what they should have written, and I'll die on that hill.
So our Clementine Services jam line currently occupied by Angie and Ruthless.
12 minutes on the jam
Freudian
clock.
slip, possibly. Yeah, Freudian slip. I apologise.
And Freudian slip, really clever work there. Pushes, I think that was Evans and Wild, so that their backs were mispositioned and they managed to find the way through.
And that speed and low crossovers coming round was real, you know, straight out of the Rogue Runner play, but really,
Angie takes a little bit of a sit. We've got a Bear City blocker picking up a low block for their trouble as Angie comes in on the first scoring pass. Doesn't hit the pack because the jam is called.
So did we get points for Bear City in that jam? I think again, Jammer ref just checking with OPR. 1 point up for Bear in that jam. So that was Bear City's first lead in 8 jams. Thank you, Shanks. Shanks doing
the Lord's work.
The Lord's work, making us sound
this is
clever.
Look. This is church, right? This dome right here is Roller Derby Church. So yeah, doing the Lord's work. Here goes Rogue. Barely blinks and picks up lead.
That is the Razor jamming for Bear, who I think did 1 or 2 jams in the first half, but hasn't been a main rotation jammer for Bear City in this game. Oh, a great big takeout to the outside and a big recycle back on Rogue.
But this is what I mean about Bear City's matchups. I mean, when you see Rogue putting the star on, you really want to put out a neutraliser, someone who is able to, like somebody like Maya Mangui, for example, who has had a lot of success. I would put out. Freudian Slit as well. You'd put out someone who's got the track record in this game of doing quite well. But
Rogue making short work of this pack here.
She's, by the time I'm ready to comment on what she's done, she's already done 10 other things. And we've got a power jam, which we didn't notice. And a blocker in the box for Bear City. I reckon this is going to be something like 20, 24 points for Rogue. Just an average day at the office.
Yeah, just casual, just doing laps basically. Remember 27 and 5, just giving us a little reminder.
Quite literally untouched on that last pass. Tiger Bay now going for goating, a little bit scrummy as the goat leaps out. Rogue takes the apex, goes, I don't want to touch anyone, lads.
That wasn't the goat, that was the jammer being released from the penalty box, but they did put someone on to mark the pivot again. So again, they are trying to shut these star passes down now a little bit more.
Yeah, Rogue tangled up a little bit there with Bambicle, and we've now had a star stash from the Razor, who completes the initial, and Rogue goes, no mercy, no prisoners, calls the jam. How many points? How many points is that? 'Cause that was 27 points.
20, just 20, just 27.
Do you know what, Rogue? Why couldn't you have hit 30?
You said 20 to 24.
I'm so joking. That's outrageous. It barely looked like she broke a sweat. I don't think I've ever scored 27 points total in my life. I've been playing roller derby for 10 years.
So we've got 218 points playing, 55 in this game. Apologies for no score overlay. We are working on getting that
for the next game.
For the next game.
Yeah, it just means the good people at home have to pay attention.
They have to listen to us even more carefully.
Which is, we're really sorry about that, but you chose this life.
9 minutes left in this period. That's gone incredibly quickly.
Yeah, and we'd just like to give another quick shout out to Clementine Services, who are our primary sponsor for Euroclash 2026. They offer fast, reliable repairs by qualified tradespeople at affordable prices, covering the north of England. When it comes to your home, reliability matters. Clementine, the reliable choice for all your property repairs. If you need it fixed properly first time, choose Clementine, your reliable local home services team. And I just love when a local business supports local derby. Do you want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful officials, since we've got a little
it does look like that team timeout called by Bear is over now, so we are about to resume the game. So I will give you the officials next time, I promise.
In the meantime, just look at them with your eyeballs. Look how resplendent they are.
They've got, just admire them. They're doing a wonderful job.
I'm going to give you my favourite officials-based fact, which is that a collective noun for zebras is a dazzle.
Amazing.
So it's like a dazzle of officials, and it could not be more fitting. Bit of jammer defence off the jam line from Ruthless, taking Geordie on, and that's a really great tactic because Geordie thrives on space, and they've snared her a little bit into this nice angled tripod. Smart work there from Bear City. However, when you've got the likes of Dos Santos and Angel to contend with, not to mention Nuka, that is a bad time. Whoa.
That was some beautiful sliding down the inside line from Ruthless. Unfortunately, just with a slight stumble that allowed Tiger Bay to kind of rematerialise at the front of the pack, seemingly by magic.
But really gutsy, smart, patient jamming there from Ruthless. I think that's great work there from Bear City. Geordie now out of the pack, half a track behind. Wild taking a seat on the floor. Ruthless powering through, has at least 3 points, has the 4. Phenomenal work there from Bear City. What a jam for them to come up, and the arms are pumping.
I mean, Bear City seem to think they've got a power jam. Geordie's raising an arm as if to say, I'm terribly sorry, I'm going for a sit down. Joins a blocker in the box. Is that Evans? Do I see a 6?
I think that's Dos Santos.
It looks like a single digit. Oh, maybe it is. The numbers are quite small and I'm quite old now. My eyes are tired.
Yeah. So we've got, I think, Bear City's first power start of the game.
Yep, Shanks is giving the thumbs up.
And that is misgendered. Lovely, patient lateral work there from misgendered. Dos Santos now re-entering play, but a Bear City blocker, that's 181. Katusha taking a forearm and going to the penalty box for their troubles.
So lovely, solid work there, holding misgendered in the pack.
Geordie re-entering play now. Misgendered has one to be up front. That's Thorne, shakes off the hip and decides to call the jam. Couple of really good jams there for Bear City, like a very kind of tenacious, lots of things happening jam, and then a very quick one. Apologies, we said misgendered, whereas it's misgender. I do apologise for that. We have another player in the UK who is misgendered, so I think that we slipped a bit there. We do apologise. Who have we got now? Crashlanders.
Crashlanders and Maya Mangle-Yu. And Crashlanders with the sprint up the inside, but not quite out. And Maya Mangle-Yu emerges victorious from the front of the pack. Crashlanders only about 20 or 30 feet behind. Tiger Bay with the points protection, getting to the front there. Bear coming in with the offense. Oh, Maya Mangle-Yu with the call off.
And puts up a finger, goes, I got one. A little bit of questioning with the jam ref. This is why I could never be a proper jam ref, right? Because I'd go mostly on vibes, if I'm being honest. I'd be like, yeah, that was good. Yeah, I think that's worth 2 points, possibly
Apex
3.
jump, bonus 4 points.
Really
enjoyed it.
I still don't understand why that's not a rule. Like, or at least, I'm not saying bring back the jam a lap point, but I definitely think a bonus point for an Apex jump is pretty fair.
So we've got Angie up against Freudian Slit. Freudian Slit there, sneaky, looking for space on the outside. Lots of kind of chaos happening in the pack.
Oh, nice little 1 foot slide there from Angie. Just kind of picked 1 foot up to make the space, and it is lead for Tiger Bay. Freudian Slit being held behind, I think that's Kid, isn't it?
Kid, Pip Gray, and is that, charismatic.
What a tripod.
I think you could say that about any combination of I think that's why it's so hard to pick one person out of, particularly for Tiger Bay, because they're all just so strong.
I think that's what I think every time we've talked about a triple combination of Tiger Bay, we've gone, wow, imagine. And so Tiger Bay, really good space saving almost in this pack right now, just filling every single gap. Angie just slipping it through the middle. This is something Angie does really well, right? She's not risky on the lines unless she absolutely has to be. She's really comfortable with taking the middle and trusting that her players will get out the way or get her opposition out the way.
I think Tiger Bay split into 2-2s. They're just trying to mask the pivot. I wasn't sure who had the star for a while.
There's definitely been fewer of those star pass opportunities in this last quarter, so credit to Tiger Bay for adjusting their gameplay in that respect, because that was such a great definitive marker of Bear City in that first half.
It did get the jammer out though, because they put 2 people on to mark the pivot. So it is that thing of, you know, when you're learning, particularly learning as a jammer, you know, take the star off, even if the opportunity isn't there to pass it. Sometimes it gives you the distraction to get out.
Calculated risks though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rogue Runner now, is that the Razor again, number 3?
Yes, that is correct.
Last jam was 12-0 for Tiger Bay. They're now at 234.64 to Bear City.
Wild has just picked up a forearm penalty.
And Rogue is now going to the box. Can we talk about the fact that Razor is lead with a power jam and Rogue's in the box?
We probably shouldn't we?
That's pretty cool. Dos Santos doing some great one-on-one blocking there, and Razor doing some really, really solid work to stay in. And takes the 4 and goes, do you know what? I'll have the power start for my team.
Yes, smart choice, power star. I mean, I don't know if Rogue's the jammer you want to freeze in the box.
Yeah, but now Wild is standing in the penalty box, but by our count, she should now be being removed. Is that Wild in the penalty box? Have I lost my eyes?
No, I thought it was Wild in the box because there was the forearms and there was the little kind of who me, I would never point.
She should not be going back on track, but I'm not the ref.
Maybe one got rescinded or something. Maybe we miscounted. Who knows? But Bear City have lead.
That's a Ruthless. Really fast, comes in, takes Wild to the ground. Rogue now back on track, hops, skips, jumps, runs that inside line with no bother whatsoever.
And this is the problem with Rogue, is you don't want to give Rogue a run up. I mean, you don't want Rogue on track, but you don't want to give Rogue a run up.
I think there's no singular problem with Rogue. It reminds me of that song in Sound of Music, How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria? Well, how do you solve a problem like Rogue Runner, apart from removing her literal legs, which I think is illegal.
Both literally and in roller derby. So 232 plays 72.
About 2.5 minutes on the clock, I think.
This second half of this game has gone very quickly.
I'm still suspect about Wild. Look, I'm sure that the officials have it right rather than us, but
it does look like we might be about to go into an official timeout. We've got some of our lovely non-skating officials in the penalty box.
Do you want to
having
tell us about the officials?
I will.
Yes.
So for this game today, we have got Trash Panda, Oyu, Bane in the Ass, Sticks and Stoner, Errington, Fear Leader, Meg, Pretty Miffed, Emily of the State, Scary Biscuit, Iron Maven, Jean Quad Grand Slam, Tara O, Major Buzzkill, Ginny, Martin McFly, Glenn Morangry, and Wonder Zebra, which as I'm reading it out, I am aware is actually not the officials for this game. They have printed the roster that for what should have originally been game 4, because none of the officials that I can see with my eyes are actually on this list.
We've got Homo You Didn't, we've got Temeraire, we've got Glitter, we've got Captain Robvious, we've got McFarlane, we've got some other great people.
We've got
Swearwolf,
Gaston in the
we've
middle.
got Gaston. We've got, who have we got jamming at the moment? Misgender.
And Geordie, so 2 all up at the front. They're really solid defensive work from there. That's Mia Missile, and that is also Rookie Horror.
Do you know what? That was a really lovely 2-all. I think Wonder Zebra is also reffing. We love the officials. We're really sorry that we don't have the correct names for you, but we love all of you equally.
A lovely bit of work around the outside there from Geordie to pick up that full 4-point scoring trip. We've got a very stationary pack there between turns 1 and 2. It's Kids with the offense at the front trying to keep Mia Missile away from the jammer, but it didn't work.
Oh, Mia, she's got such a lovely smile as she puts that star on her head. Geordie, though, knows what Mia's capable of, goes, no thank you. Nice little high five there between Mia and Kids as they head back to their respective benches.
We missed Lizzie Slaughter, Aka German Angst. Yeah, we're really sorry. We'll get all the officials read out at various points.
We literally don't have the list in front of us. We're really sorry. We have the list for what should have been the game officials for this game. And whilst Paintbow and I have been around the block a few times, we know a fair few of these officials. Of course, we have officials coming from far and wide, and we do not know all of them. So we are really sorry. We will get them read out in a later game. The crews will rotate throughout the weekend, so they will definitely be shouted out at some point.
So we got Maya Mangle and Crash Landers, and the pack is still on that Clementine Services jam line. And as I say that, Maya Mangle out at the front, picking up lead for Bear City. And we've had a third star pass from Tiger Bay, second one to Evans.
Don't nap on Evans, don't let Evans jam.
Star on at a jaunty angle, and we are going to let Evans jam.
This is a bad idea when you let Evans jam. She's such a good pivot.
Catching Bear City napping there and just sliding down the inside line on turn 2. So both jammers level coming into the pack. Maya Mangle getting the offense from 3D Mercury. Solid tripod up at the front, and Evans has now taken the lead. Not lead jammer, obviously, but leader ahead
score.
Has come out and picked up those full 4 points. Bear choosing to run this jam. They are all standing around the outside lines to cheer now, I think, are we? Yeah, so that will be the last jam of the game, barring any kind of shenanigans, calling of timeouts or things like that. I'm not sure what was on the period clock.
So we will get you that official score. There's a final whistle there, which is 246 to Tiger Bay, 78 to Bear City Roller Derby. Huge commiserations to Bear City. I mean, what a thing to do first thing on Saturday morning. And an amazing start to this Euroclash tournament from Tiger Bay Brawlers, absolutely determined to hang on to that number 8 ranking spot. Prior to the rankings confirmation on Wednesday. What a way to start us off.
Yeah,
Lovely
what
stuff.
a great game, and it didn't feel like a really desperate game, did it?
It felt like both teams played some really good roller derby, and Tiger Bay just played some better roller derby.
And some great footage for you to clip to look at star passes and positioning
and
of
the
pivots.
2 walls, oh my gosh. So we are going to, I believe now, have some commentary from our studio team. I'm just looking around for confirmation. Are we going to studio, Sven?
I think we are, yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll try and get a skater for a sort of an interview post-game. Next game up today is going to be Newcastle Roller Derby up against Gothenburg. That will be starting at 11:30, so you've got about 25 minutes to kind of dip in and out of the studio, make a cup of tea.
And we hope you've had a really good time on this first game of Euroclash. I've been Loud and Queer.
I've been Painbow.
And we will see you again very shortly. It's for now.
So hi, have you just finished watching that game? Because I'm literally my pulse is still recovering. I have two members of Bear City Roller Derby. So we have Maya,
Hi.
and Freud.
Freudian slit.
So I want to ask you about your preparations coming into this tournament. Coming in as number 14, what was your strategy to get ready for this weekend?
Honestly, it's like you have nothing left to lose. We've not seen a lot from Tiger Bay. They're very, very secretive. And so we were very happy to come in, throw some spaghetti against the wall and see what stuck.
What a great idea.
100%. Other than the obvious, a lot of sleep and pasta, We knew that this was going to be an amazing opportunity against some incredible European roller derby. They're so fabled. And so we're also in a rebuilding period for our team. We've had a lot of movement, and so it's really exciting for us to get this chance to come together and be really challenged by some incredible, aggressive derby where it doesn't look like we're going to win, so it's okay that we redefine success.
Love that for you. So what's your next, with having multiple games on the tournament weekend, how do you now recover and prep for the next game?
Well, in some ways, we're a little bit thankful. The drama behind the scenes is that there was a bit of scheduling rearranging, and so at like 9:30 last night, we found out we had a 9:30 this morning game. So initially, we had a very short between game time. We were like, okay, 30 minutes to cool down, eat some food, stretch again, and then get geared up for warm-up. But now we have a little bit more break. We're very excited to go up against Newcastle. We know they're going to bring it, and we're also excited to take our learnings from this game and apply them to the next game.
100%. And speaking at least only for myself, Tiger Bay, so big scary with the claws or whatever, I was like, this is going to be awesome. We're going to be as fresh as we're going to be. We're going to get a lot of info on track, and then the scariest might be over. No offense to the other teams.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears.
Woo! And canny belters.
There you go.
So go relax, get yourselves cool,
Cheers,
cool down and ready for the next game. It's been such a great game. Thank you so
thank
much
you
for
for
coming
having
over.
us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks guys, thank you so much. I absolutely love watching you play. Right, wait there. We've got more. We have more. Come on in.
I'm going in first.
Come on in from Tiger Bay. Do you want to hold? We're live now.
Hi, okay.
So,
this is a big
would you
brother
like
house
to?
in Oslo.
I know, right? Literally. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the world? World meet Tiger Bay. Tiger Bay meet world. Who do we have?
I'm Kem.
I'm charismatic.
And how have you found today? How was that first game?
Good, really fun.
Yeah?
Really, really fun. We like the first game of a tournament. We always seem to get it in the schedule.
Right.
Which is fine.
Good.
That's all right. We're
At
early
least
birds.
somebody's up for it. Like, not many
Yeah.
people say that they actually enjoy having that first game.
No, I think we've just got used to it now. So we're like, we maybe gaslit ourselves into like, yeah, we really enjoyed it. Yeah, first game, let's
If you
go.
get it up, you get it done, right? So as soon as your
Yeah.
adrenaline starts going, you're ready for the rest of the day, and that's
Right.
just the best way to start the day.
Do you know, and I noticed that in the first couple of jams of the game, it was very kind of twitch, and
Yeah.
then you almost like came into a nice groove and
The
settled in.
pancakes, as we like to call it. You've got to get dodgy pancakes out of the way first, haven't you?
Yeah.
I like this. So
Yeah.
it's the idea. So the idea being the first jams, just get them done, and then you find
Yeah.
your groove.
Yeah, so you get excited at the buffet, and then you kind of go, oh, I know what I like now.
I like how this metaphor's going further and further. So what did you learn from playing Best City today?
Oh God, they were so strong.
Yeah.
Like a really, really punchy team.
Yeah.
And in a way, we kind of didn't know what to expect because we haven't matched up with them before, and it's been a little while since we've seen any of them play. But they came in so hard. We were like, okay, we really
Yeah.
need to sort of change our tactics.
The
and
spice level was not.
yeah,
It
and
wasn't
we were,
a lemon and herb.
It wasn't lemon and herb. We were like 3 chilies deep, and we were like,
Right.
oh, maybe we need to be a bit more lemon and herb just in case. But they were so fantastic, and they were so like aggressive and upbeat with it, and it was like a really
fun,
good match.
Really fun team. to play
Yeah.
against.
So
Yeah.
that's so good. And for you guys, like because obviously you've been a little bit quieter this season. So what's your preparation
Speaking,
been? Yeah.
working.
Like to get yourself ready for a tournament like this, you are the highest seed team. So
no pressure.
all
Which
eyes
is
are on you.
unusual for
Yeah,
us.
no
Yeah,
pressure.
all eyes are
Yeah.
on you. So how do you prepare mentally for that?
Everything is down to Kid Block.
Really?
She runs a strict regime.
That sounds so mean.
No,
we are
kids, we
organised.
benefit from Kids Derby Night.
Yeah.
And of course, Kids is one of our co-captains this year, like a team. We've got an
And it's been around forever.
Yeah,
Like,
and we've got
yeah.
a really excellent like bench and leadership team as well. And so it's not just when we're in training and living on track, making sure that we're sort of like doing our homework, we're going home.
Sure.
And we lean
We're
into the
watching,
experience.
watching
Yeah.
ourselves,
Yeah,
watching other
yeah.
footage.
And just
we're-
do what we
yeah.
do well. That's all we do is know our basics and do them well. Like, don't try anything. Like, no hero moves, no fancy
Yeah.
stuff. Just do what you do and do it well.
Love that. I think that's where we should finish. Do what you do it well, do the fundamentals, and my God, that score was a terrific score.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on a great game. I'm looking forward to seeing you the rest of the weekend.
Lovely, do come out.
Thank you.